Chael Sonnen, this is Charles Swerger. This is an appeal to you. Now you're probably going to wonder, or other viewers will wonder, well, why don't I do it? Well, the reason I don't do it is because I don't have the connections or the financial backing that you do. You know the crossroads, the inroads, you know how to cross the T's and dot the I's. That's why I'm pleading an appeal to you to consider something. Dana White, he just had 3 UFC events in 8 days. If Dana can do 3 UFC events in 8 days, I think that there can be some sort of college wrestling tournament. Now, it may not be endorsed or sponsored by the NCAA, or maybe, but I'm willing to bet that a lot of the guys who qualified for the NCAA tournament, that they would. Now, Seth Gross probably wouldn't because he doesn't want to make weight anymore, but we don't need Seth Gross. He didn't even win the Big Tens. It's uneasy for me that there's not a champion, and I'm just thinking that if it's uneasy for me about those not championships in weight classes, then how uneasy it must be for the wrestlers. Guys like Luke Pletcher. I mean, no one saw him coming out like he did this year, and he had a real shot to beat Nick Lee and take home the 141-pound title. Then you have guys like Moore. I mean, Moore, his freshman year, he lost, but he was like, his freshman year, he took Cox to the limit, and he got third. Then his sophomore year, he was ranked number 1, and he was the number 1 seed, and he got upset. I think I don't know why. I don't know why he did. But just think about this. People are like, well, Moore always freezes. Moore doesn't always freeze. He had 3 losses last year, and they were all to Bo Nickel. Who's going to beat Bo Nickel? Bo Nickel is one of the greats at that weight class. So Moore didn't freeze. He did as well as he could have. Now, I don't think he has it in him to beat Bo, at least at this point. So I would have liked Lugo. Lugo had improved, and there's just all these guys. And then you have guys like Spencer Lee, and you have guys, like Stevenson, that their opportunity of winning 4 in a row and 3 in a row is taken from them. So, Chael, I'd like you to consider something. I'd like you to consider testing the waters and seeing what it would take first to get the NCAA to endorse a wrestling tournament. I don't think they would, because then it'd be unfair, and then have to endorse all these other tournaments. They'd have to endorse field hockey and lacrosse and basketball, and we're not going to have a basketball tournament. So that's not the way to go. But if you can get flow wrestling or track wrestling or even USA wrestling, some body entity that has some sort of respect to hold a wrestling tournament, and if all the wrestlers get tested for the coronavirus, it can be, Dana showed that it can be held in a safe atmosphere. And if the NBA starts, and their NBA is talking about doing it like in one facility and having, it can be done. Now, some of the naysayers will say, well, wrestlers, they're not going to want to make weight again. I tell you what, to have a chance to win, to have a chance to earn your All-American, I say even just 75% of them make weight. That is worth it. If just 50%, if just 40% do it, then it's worth it. The real contenders will do it. It doesn't have to be a tournament of 33 people in each weight class. It can be the top 4, or the top 8 would be better. The top 8 times 10 weight classes is 80 people. The top 4 is 40. See, it's doable. But there needs to be one person to put it on. And Chael, I think you're the one. I'm making this video for you. Please watch this. Thank you very much, and thank you for your time. God bless.